I've been seeing these healthy recipes blow up all over TikTok and Instagram, but are they actually good? I'm a fitness professional who embarrassingly has like 200 of these recipes saved, and I think I'm finally at the point where I just need to try them and see if they're worth the time, the effort, and the money. Today I'm gonna make 5 viral healthy recipes that are both on the sweet and savory side, and we're gonna see how easy it is to make these recipes, if they even taste good, and if it's worth your time and energy. I'm also gonna do my best to track the calories and macronutrients on these recipes too, and we'll see if they're even worth the calories. All right, so we're gonna start with Reese's ice cream bars. This video had 126 million views on Instagram, and he makes them look fantastic, but I need to know if they actually are. So let's get started with this recipe. All right, so for this one, we just need Greek yogurt, peanut butter, have those. Sweetener, I have monk fruit sweetener, so we'll use that. And then sugar-free chocolate chips melted. All right, so this recipe actually seems like one of the easiest. He just gives us like 1/2 cup and 1/4 cup measurements. So we're gonna start with 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. He's gonna get a ton of views from me today because it's just playing in the background nonstop. All right, so I have 0 fat plain Greek yogurt. So we're gonna put this into the bowl. He says to mix 1/2 cup of this. You guys already know that the dishes today are gonna be horrendous. I'm not looking forward to that. All right, so we're gonna just use the same 1/2 cup measurement. So I think I only have one of these. And we're gonna do 1/2 cup of peanut butter. I'm not like a huge fan of the yogurt and peanut butter together. I know people really like it. Maybe I just haven't really given it a chance, but people seem to love it. So these could be banging. 1/4 cup sweetener. So we're gonna use our monk fruit sweetener. I literally hate stevia with everything inside of me. So I never use stevia. I'm usually a Splenda monk fruit kind of girl. So 1/4 cup of that. This is so easy so far. Let's just start mixing this up. I think this seems like one of the most promising recipes out of the ones we have today. Like I feel like this will actually become a staple in my life. I don't know, this is just reminding me of like when my mom used to make peanut butter fudge for us and it was so good. All right, so we mix that all together. Now we have to freeze on a parchment lined sheet, shape into a few circles with popsicles stuck inside. I think I'm just gonna put down these little picks just kind of like that. I think I'm gonna do 2 because these are pretty skinny. And honestly, the biggest concern for me right now is that I don't know if I have room in my freezer. Hopefully we can make some. This actually looks really good. That smells really good too. They make it look so easy, and I just don't think it is. Oh my God, okay, how am I like keep? All right, we're trying to shape it. Like this is the thing about these recipes is they're never as easy as you think they're gonna be. All right, let's go like this. We're gonna do that. And then here. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. Give it a taste test. I mean, honestly, the batter is like, it's so good. All right, so I'm gonna throw this into the freezer. And then once this is all frozen, probably the next 30 to 60 minutes, we'll dip it in the milk chocolate. And then we will put that back in the fridge, let that harden, and then we could give it the final taste test. But right now, I'm loving the Greek yogurt, peanut butter, and monk fruit combination. That is top tier. All right, guys, so I just melted some chocolate. Our Reese's Pieces yogurt pops are frozen. Not really sticking to the popsicle stick though. So I think we're just going to, he kind of dipped like half of it into the chocolate. I'm just gonna use my spoon and kind of put a little bit on top and then spread it out over it. I melted the chocolate by putting basically no sugar added chocolate chips into the microwave. And I just put it on for like a minute, mixed it up, and then just kept putting it in at like 20 seconds at a time and mixing just to make sure that I didn't burn it. I didn't add like coconut oil or anything. All right, so we're done with that. Let's just pop these back into the freezer. Okay, guys, Reese's bars are done. Let's see. We need another bite. Cracking into it though, with the hard chocolate and like the soft center. Very good. This is a must make. The texture is amazing. I love the hard chocolate with the really soft center. I'm very surprised that I like the yogurt and peanut butter combo, but I think the sweetener just did it for me, especially when I'm looking for a dessert. I want something sweet. So that yogurt with the 0 sugar chocolate chips is the perfect combo. And I think if you used even like dark chocolate with that instead of milk chocolate like I use, it would still be so good. Okay, so we're moving on to single serve, high protein, low calorie pizza with only 4 ingredients to make the base. It's one of those videos where you have to comment to get the recipe, and I honestly didn't want to do that. So if we listen, we will know how much she's using. So let's do a quick listen.
Yogurts, flour, garlic, and...
Okay, so she doesn't give any specifics on how much you're gonna use. So we're just gonna guess. Okay, so using my investigative skills that every woman has, I'm pretty sure she did a cup of Greek yogurt and a cup of flour. So because this is supposed to be single serve, she did it all in the container that she's gonna be eating it from. So like easy meal prep. So we're gonna do the same thing. Just grab a spoon. We'll kind of finish up our Greek yogurt. So we're gonna do 1 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Then we're gonna do 1 cup of flour. Whoops. And then she just did, looks like kind of like a tablespoon of garlic, which again, you can't have too much garlic. And then we're gonna do just a crack, a few cracks of some salt. So we're gonna mix it all together, and then we could just kind of add our toppings. So I'm just gonna do some sauce and some cheese and kind of keep it simple. I don't want like sausage or pepperoni kind of masking the taste of it, because in my opinion, that can make anything taste good. I think we just need to use our hands. So let's just get in there. Oh God, maybe that was a mistake. It was a mistake. But we're already doing it, so okay. Oh no. All right, try to go back in with this. I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna go back in with my hands and kind of take that part out. I feel like a real chef now. Okay, perfect. Sauce on top. I'm just doing like I should have bought a pizza sauce now that I think about it, but we just have some Prego traditional sauce here. I love a lot of sauce, so that's what we're doing with this one. And just make sure we get it in every spot. We might need some more. And then we're gonna go with some part skim mozzarella. Like the best thing to do with this is just try to kind of cover it in cheese. That just makes everything better. Okay. So as far as pizzas go, it doesn't look the best, but it's giving pizza for sure. All right, so she just said to bake. So again, I didn't comment for the recipe, so that's my bad, but we're gonna just throw it in the oven at 450, and we're just gonna keep checking on it, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so our pizza is done. I baked it in the oven at 450 for probably like, I think it was about 15 minutes or so. I just took it out because the cheese was looking done and I didn't want it to burn. All in all, it looks really, really good. I'm just a little concerned about the dough. I'm gonna kind of dig my fork in there. It's actually really good. I kind of just want to get a piece of the dough like on its own. It tastes like regular bread and it has that consistency too. There are a bunch of different ways to make high protein pizzas, but considering the taste and the easiness of this and the macros and the calories, I think this is a winning recipe. All right, this next recipe is actually the one that I am the most excited for. It's 2-minute blueberry crumble. It sounds so good and so easy to make. So let's get started here. Okay, so she started out with 1 cup of frozen blueberries. So I just have these frozen wild blueberries. I love the wild ones because I think that they have the best flavor, but you could obviously use any kind of frozen blueberry. And then she says to add in cornstarch and some lemon juice. So we just need, she said a half teaspoon. I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of that. And then a half teaspoon of cornstarch. I don't have teaspoon measurements, so we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. I shouldn't have worn white today, but let's just say maybe that's enough right there. And then she just kind of puts it on top, stir together, and then she says to microwave for 1 minute. Okay, then she said in a second bowl, we're combining 1/3 cup of oats. Oh, here's a half cup. Just kind of eyeball this again because I don't have 1/3 cup measurement. I know, I suck. So 1/2, let's do a little bit more. And then we do protein powder. So I'm using this Nutricost vanilla whey protein isolate. We're just gonna do 1 scoop of that. Half teaspoon of cinnamon. This is like garlic to me. I love to go overboard with the cinnamon, so we are just gonna go on in. Yes, yes, yes. That's definitely more than a teaspoon. And then honey and salt. So we need half tablespoon of honey. Again, I'm just gonna kind of, I feel like that's a half teaspoon. And then a pinch of salt, pinch. It says add a splash of water at a time until you have a crumble texture. So we're eyeballing this. So we're just gonna add a little bit of water, give it a stir. We're looking for a crumble texture. Okay, I think this is like a crumble-like texture. This looks really yummy. So she says to then add on top of the blueberries and then microwave for 1 more minute. And then she adds some Greek yogurt on top. If this is all we have to do, guys, this is the easiest thing ever. Okay, I don't wanna, I'm gonna use my hands. Sometimes it's just better to use your hands. All right, 1 minute in the microwave and then we could pop it back out and it should be good to go. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. I'm not sure how I feel. I mean, I literally did what she said, but it doesn't look very good. But let's give it a taste. I'm a little afraid that's gonna be super hot. Try to get a little bit of both in there. Let's go. The taste is delicious. The wateriness of the whole mixture, not my favorite, but you could definitely taste the cinnamon. It doesn't have a strong protein powder taste. The texture is good. Let's get another bite. I actually love it. The way it looks, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 just because of the wateriness, which I think could be like off-putting for some people. But I love like the texture of it and I love that cinnamon taste. Good job, Claire Hodgins. The next recipe that we have is crispy avocado fries served with a sriracha mayo. These I'm both excited and not excited for because it just again looks like it's gonna be another big mess, but I think they're gonna come out really, really good. So the first thing that we have to do is set our oven to 450 and preheat it. So let's do that first. Okay, so we need half an avocado, 1 cup of Parmesan, 1 large egg, and then seasoning of our choice. All right, so first things first, we're gonna cut open our avocado. We only need half of it. We're gonna use the side that doesn't have the little pit because I was never good at getting those out. Doesn't seem like a hard recipe because he doesn't really give us a lot of direction, but basically we have to mix all of these ingredients together. So I think I actually got like the perfect avocado at the grocery store. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so we have our beautiful green avocado. And then I believe that we're doing a half cup of Parmesan cheese. I got like the shredded one. That's what he used in the recipe. I'm always like, feel like I'm being like hoodwinked because they look easy, but then you make it and it's like the directions kind of suck. They give you wrong measurements and yours turns out like crap. So I don't know, this seems really easy. So we need a half cup of this. Okay, we're gonna just do this instead. Oh my God, that smells really good. I don't know about you guys, but I love stinky cheese. That's what we call the grated version, stinky cheese. So good. So half cup of that. And then he said 1 whole egg. Crack that baby in there. Was there something else? Let me see. Oh, seasonings of our choice. All right, we are all out of pepper. This is called mixed up pepper. This actually smells kind of good. Let's use a little bit of this because I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that actually looks pretty darn good. And then we'll just do a little bit of salt. That seems pretty good. A little bit of onion powder. And then of course you need garlic powder. Oh my God. It's literally my favorite thing in the world. It makes my breath stink for like 3 days, but I don't even care. And then he just said, mix it all together. Just gotta use a little bit of force. And then he basically just said to line a baking sheet with some parchment paper. And then this is where it gets a little messy again, but we have to use our fingers and we're just gonna form it into French fries basically. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that action. Okay. And he didn't say to like, grease the parchment paper or anything like that. So let's pray that this just unsticks really nice. Oh my God, it smells really good though, I gotta say. So let's just wash off the hands and then we're gonna throw this into the oven. He said for like 10, 12 minutes. We'll just keep an eye on it and we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, avocado fries are done. I wanna show you guys if it's easier or not to actually get them off of the parchment paper, but they do look like relatively crispy. They feel like a little bit soggy in the middle, but I think that's still gonna be good. Oh, that's easy. My God. Always trust the keto snacks guy. He has like 1 million or more followers for a reason. All right, little sriracha mayo that I actually have for those times that I feel like eating sushi. All right, so let's see if these are any good. So the crispiness on the bottom is definitely there. They're crispy all around. I could hold it and it doesn't flop, which I'm surprised about. It smells really good. It smelled good when it was in there. Let's see. I don't know. I think personally for me, it's not something I would want to make all the time. Or maybe I'd like it better with ketchup than the sriracha mayo, I don't know. But I don't think it's something I would make all the time, but I do think it's worth trying because you might love it. I just have this weird relationship with avocados where sometimes I'm obsessed, other days, maybe I'm not in the mood. But I think in general that this is a really good alternative to French fries, especially if you're doing like a low carb diet. The consistency isn't bad. The texture isn't bad. The taste is good. I would say it's probably like an 8 out of 10. Our last recipe is chocolate covered candy apples, but the candied part is gonna be coming from dates and peanut butter. The directions are very basic, which means that this is either gonna be a really easy recipe or we're gonna be missing a lot of details that we really, really need to make this taste good. So I'm just gonna do what the recipe says to do. So she literally just starts out by cutting the apple into little pieces like this. She did not take out the core of the apple. And when I think about it, I mean, candy apples don't either. So maybe we'll leave ours, I guess, if you really want to. I'm gonna take out the seeds of mine, but if you really want to, you can just kind of cut out these little cores. But we're just gonna place those there. There's no seeds anywhere. I guess we won't use the butt of the apple, but I'm gonna use this part because this is fun. So we got that. Then what she does is puts 200 grams of dates and 2 tablespoons of, she used cashew butter, but I'm gonna be using regular peanut butter because that's what I have. And she puts that into a blender and kind of blends it up. So we're gonna do that quick and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I just mixed up the dates and the peanut butter in my food processor and it basically kind of formed into this like, I don't even know, like paste. So that's actually kind of easy. I like that. That should be easy to put on the apple. She basically just did this and just kind of smushed it on top. She used a spoon, but I just think everything is easier with your hands. Put on makeup with my hands, whatever. So we're just gonna squish it on top of the apple. She didn't say how many apples to use. She just said apple. apples, plural. So I don't know, we're just using one. So let's melt a little bit more chocolate and then we're gonna sprinkle this on top of those. Okay, so we're just gonna take our chocolate here and I'm just gonna kind of same thing as I did with the pops, just kind of make this easy and as least messy as possible. That's literally one thing I've learned about cooking or baking or whatever this is that this shit is really messy. That's the last of our chocolate. Just mixing that on top. Same thing that we did with the Reese's ice bars. We're gonna put these on parchment paper, throw them into the freezer for probably like 10 or so minutes, and then we should be good for a taste test. Final taste test is our apple. Let's cut into this. Oh, kind of messy, but that was kind of satisfying at the same time. So this is what it looks like. In the middle, you have that like candied apple kind of vibe with the dates and then the chocolate on the outside. See? This is missing something. I just don't know what it's missing. But I will say that the apple has lost its crunch. I don't know why. Maybe because we cut it open and maybe that's the benefit of doing like a whole apple. But the apple has kind of lost its crunch. So altogether, I'm not obsessed with the taste or the texture. I think the recipe was relatively easy to make. Like I would give that like a 7 out of 10, but the taste on this and the texture is just lacking and the macronutrients really aren't great. So overall, I'd probably give this a 5 out of 10. And this is probably the only one out of all of them that I really wouldn't make again. All right, y'all. So if we had to pick a winner for the day, I think that it would be the blueberry crumble. I know that sounds kind of shocking because I wasn't overwhelmed by it, but I ended up taking an off-camera bite again. And after the oatmeal kind of sucked up some of the juice, 10 out of 10. I would eat that every day, especially during these like cold winter months. Really, really good. Runner up, I would say, was the Reese's ice cream bars. Those are fabulous. And the most surprising for the day was the pizza. You need to give the pizza a chance because it's actually really good. Thank you guys so much for coming along and trying all these different things with me. I would have never done this had it not been for this video, and I'm definitely gonna be doing this again because I think I just added a few staples to my meal planning. Let me know which one of these recipes you wanna try the most and which one you think would be the best. Bye guys.